When a former Israeli prime minister calls his own government a criminal gang, you know something's gone horribly wrong. Ehud Olmert, once at the helm of Israel, has just dropped a bombshell in Haaretz, accusing Benjamin Netanyahu of leading a war in Gaza that's not just failing, it's a moral and humanitarian disaster. This isn't some outsider throwing stones. This is a man who knows Israel's inner workings, and he's had enough. Buckle up, because what he's revealed will make your blood boil. Olmert's words hit like a sledgehammer. Netanyahu's government is a criminal gang, running a private political war with no purpose, no goals, and no chance of success. Published on May 27, 2025, his Haaretz piece rips into the chaos in Gaza, where over 54,000 Palestinians have been killed, including 28,000 women and children, according to Gaza's health ministry. This isn't a war against a threat. It's a slaughter of civilians, and Olmert says it's deliberate. He calls it indiscriminate, limitless, cruel, a policy that's turned Gaza into a humanitarian nightmare. Netanyahu's not fighting for Israel's security. He's fighting to keep his grip on power, and Olmert's calling him out for it. Let's talk about the human cost. Gaza's a graveyard, homes reduced to rubble, families starved by a blockade Olmert calls intolerable. He points to ministers like Bezalel Smotrich, who's openly bragged about wanting to conquer, cleanse, and remain in Gaza. Cleanse. Let that sink in. This isn't about defeating Hamas, it's about erasing a population. Olmert says the starvation, the denial of aid, it's all intentional, backed by leaders who don't care about the consequences. And the hostages, the 58th still held in Gaza? Olmert warns this war isn't saving them, it's putting their lives at greater risk. Netanyahu's obsession with control is betraying even his own people's hopes. What makes this worse is the arrogance. Olmert says Netanyahu's crew dismisses global outrage as anti-Semitism, but the world isn't buying it. They're not attacking Israel. They're condemning a government that's lost its way. Olmert, who once defended Israel against war crime accusations, now says he can't. The International Criminal Court is circling, and he fears Israel's headed for global isolation. Why? Because this war's a sham. Olmert argues Hamas is already crippled, its leaders gone, its infrastructure shattered. So why keep bombing? Why keep starving? It's not about security. It's about Netanyahu's ego, and Olmert's screaming it from the rooftops. And then there's the betrayal. Olmert paints a picture of a government so corrupt it's willing to let Gaza burn for political points. Smotrich and others talk about displacing Palestinians, denying aid, and turning Gaza into a wasteland. Olmert calls this what it is, a war crime. He's begging for a ceasefire, hoping someone, maybe even Donald Trump, can force Netanyahu to stop. But Netanyahu's not listening. He's doubled down, ignoring the bloodshed, the hostages, and the growing chorus of voices, even from within Israel, demanding an end to this madness. This is bigger than one man's opinion. Olmert's op-ed is a crack in the wall, a former leader exposing the rot at Israel's core. Gaza's suffering, 54,000 lives lost, children starving, families buried under rubble, isn't an accident. It's a choice, made by a government Olmert says has no moral compass. And he's not alone. Others, like Yair Golan, are echoing his call, facing backlash for daring to speak truth. But the truth is out, and it's ugly. So what now? We can't stay silent. Share this video. Spread Olmert's words. Support the push for a ceasefire, for justice, for an end to this nightmare. Netanyahu's war isn't just destroying Gaza. It's tearing apart any shred of humanity left in this conflict. Let's expose this criminal gang and demand accountability. The world's watching, and it's time to act.